We live in an unpredictable world, one where being prepared isn't just a hobby, it's essential. We never know what challenges might be lurking around the corner, and when the unexpected hits, being able to rely on your own two hands can be the difference between making it out and, well, not making it out. That's why I'm so passionate about DIY survival gear. It's not just about saving money, though, let's be honest, that's a nice bonus. It's about the satisfaction of knowing you've got the skills to craft your own lifeline, to customize your gear to your exact needs, and to face the unknown with the confidence that only comes from self-reliance. In this series, we're going to dive headfirst into the heart of DIY survival gear. We'll start with the essentials, the non-negotiables that every beginner needs in their arsenal. Then we'll build our way up to more advanced projects, mastering the skills that'll turn you from a weekend warrior into a true survivor. So grab your tools, get ready to get your hands dirty, and let's embark on this journey together. Let's talk essentials. When it comes to survival, there are a few non-negotiables, the bare-bones kit that forms the bedrock of your preparedness. We're talking about the things that can keep you alive in a pinch: fire, water, first aid, and the tools to make it all happen. First up, fire. Fire is your lifeline in the wild. It provides warmth, cooks your food, purifies water, and even offers a sense of security in the darkest of nights. A good fire starter is worth its weight in gold, and the best part is you can make one with stuff you probably have lying around your house right now. We'll use cotton balls soaked in petroleum jelly. It's simple, effective, and incredibly reliable. Just take a handful of ordinary cotton balls, stuff them into a small waterproof container, and then pour melted petroleum jelly over them. Make sure they're fully saturated, seal that container tight, and boom, you've got yourself a fire starter that'll ignite with just a spark. Next, we need to tackle water. You can go days without food, but water is a different story. Dehydration can take you down fast, so having a way to purify your water source is crucial. Water purification tablets are a lifesaver, literally. They're small, lightweight, and incredibly effective at neutralizing harmful bacteria and viruses. When choosing water purification tablets, pay close attention to the instructions and make sure they're effective against a broad spectrum of nasty microbes. Always follow the instructions on the packaging to the letter. Your life could depend on it. Now, let's talk first aid. Accidents happen, especially when you're pushing your limits in the great outdoors. A well-stocked first aid kit is your best friend when things go south. At a minimum, you need antiseptic wipes, bandages of various sizes, pain relievers, antihistamines, and any personal medications you need. But here's the thing. A first aid kit is only as good as your knowledge. Knowing how to treat a burn, stop bleeding, or splint a sprain can be the difference between a minor setback and a life-threatening situation. So, brush up on your first aid skills, take a wilderness first aid course, and be prepared. Last but not least, every survivor needs a trusty multi-tool. It's like having a toolbox in your pocket, ready for anything. Look for one with a sturdy blade, a saw, pliers, a screwdriver, and a can opener. These tools will come in handy for everything from building a shelter to preparing food to making emergency repairs. When choosing a multi-tool, quality is key. Opt for one made from durable stainless steel with a comfortable grip. Remember, your multi-tool is an extension of your own two hands, so choose wisely. So there you have it, the essential gear that forms the foundation of your DIY survival kit. Fire, water, first aid, and a multi-tool. These are the tools that can help you overcome the odds and make it back alive. But remember, gear is only part of the equation. Your mindset, your skills, and your will to survive are what truly matter. In the wild, shelter is non-negotiable. It's the difference between a good night's sleep and a night exposed to the elements, between staying warm and dry and succumbing to hypothermia. Building a shelter is about creating a haven, a sanctuary where you can rest, regroup, and plan your next move. Now, your shelter doesn't need to be fancy. In fact, the simpler the better. We're going for practicality, not aesthetics. The key is to use what you can find, to adapt to your surroundings, and to create a structure that provides protection from the wind, rain, and cold. One of the simplest yet most effective shelters is the classic lean-to. It's exactly what it sounds like, a structure that leans against a pre-existing support, like a large rock face, a fallen tree, or even a dense thicket of bushes. This natural back wall acts as your primary windbreak and reflects heat back towards you, creating a surprisingly cozy little nook. To build your lean-to, start by finding a sturdy support. Look for something that's not going to budge, even in strong winds. Next, Gather long branches or saplings to create the framework. These should be as straight as possible and long enough to extend at least a meter beyond your support. Lean these branches against your support, forming a sloping roof. Secure them in place using paracord, natural cordage like vines or roots, or even just by piling rocks on the base to keep them from slipping. Now it's time to add the walls. This is where things get creative. You can use anything you find: leaves, ferns, moss, bark, even your emergency blanket. Layer these materials on the framework, starting from the bottom and working your way up, overlapping each layer like shingles on a roof. The denser you can make these walls, the better insulation you'll have. Once your lean-to is built, take some time to camouflage it. Remember, blending into your surroundings is key to survival, and your shelter should be no exception. Use natural materials to break up the outline of your shelter and make it less visible to both prey and predators. But choosing the right location is just as important as the construction itself. Look for a spot that's elevated to avoid flooding in case of rain, sheltered from the wind, and away from potential hazards like dead trees, steep slopes, or animal trails. Building a shelter is about more than just physical protection. It's about creating a psychological haven, a place where you can feel safe and secure amidst the uncertainty of a survival situation. It's about taking control of your environment and using your skills to increase your chances of making it out alive. Level up your skills' advanced DIY survival gear. We've covered the basics, the essential gear that forms the foundation of your survival kit. But now it's time to level up our skills, to delve into the realm of advanced DIY survival gear, the kind of kit that can make all the difference in a long-term survival situation. First up, let's talk about water filtration. While water purification tablets are great for short-term use, in a prolonged situation, you'll need a more sustainable solution. That's where a DIY water filter comes in. Now, you can build a surprisingly effective water filter using nothing more than a plastic bottle, some charcoal, sand, gravel, and cloth. Cut the bottom off the bottle and layer the materials inside, starting with cloth, followed by charcoal, sand, and finally gravel. This layered system acts as a physical and chemical barrier, removing sediment, impurities, and even some bacteria from your water. Pour water from your source into the top of the bottle and let gravity do its work. The filtered water will collect at the bottom, ready for boiling or treating with purification tablets for added safety. Next, let's harness the power of the sun with a DIY solar oven. This ingenious contraption uses the sun's energy to cook food, saving you precious fuel and reducing your impact on the environment. You can build a solar oven using cardboard, aluminum foil, plastic wrap, and glue. Line a cardboard box with aluminum foil, shiny side up, to create a reflective surface. Cut a flap in the top of the box and cover it with plastic wrap to trap heat inside. Angle the flap towards the sun and place your food inside the box. The reflected sunlight will heat the interior of the box, cooking your food slowly but surely. It's a great way to cook without a fire, especially in areas where open flames are prohibited. Finally, let's talk about the heart of any survival kit: the knife. A good knife is an indispensable tool, used for everything from cutting firewood to preparing food to self-defense. But in a pinch, you can craft your own survival knife using natural materials. Look for a hard, durable rock like flint or obsidian. Carefully chip away at the edges of the rock, using a smaller, harder stone to create a sharp edge. It's a time-consuming process that requires patience and precision, but the result is a surprisingly effective cutting tool. Once you've crafted your blade, you can create a handle using wood, bone, or even wrapping it in paracord for a secure grip. Remember, safety is paramount when working with sharp objects, so always exercise caution and use common sense. These advanced DIY survival gear projects are a testament to human ingenuity, our ability to adapt and overcome even the toughest challenges. They're a reminder that with a little knowledge, a bit of creativity, and a whole lot of determination, we can survive and even thrive in the face of adversity. So there you have it, a crash course in DIY survival gear, from the essential basics to the more advanced projects. The key to survival is preparation, and that starts with equipping yourself with the knowledge and skills to face the unknown. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, to experiment, and to learn from your mistakes. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become, and the better prepared you'll be when it matters most. Survival is not about luck, it's about skill, ingenuity, and an unyielding will to live. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your go-to DIY survival gear projects? Share your tips, tricks, and experiences in the comments below. Let's create a community of survivors, sharing our knowledge and empowering each other to face whatever challenges lie ahead.